who wants to make a difference in
Plat
this world,
key,
environment, and generation. Someone who wants to make a difference in this world, environment, and generation.
Okay, so what do we say about that? A personality is someone who wants to make a difference in his world, environment, and generation. What do we say about that? Yeah, want to speak? Yeah. Any one of the two. Grace want to speak, Olabisi want to speak, so give it to one.
Remember, it's either people or purpose. So, what God has called us here is to bring forth justice, righteousness, truth, and equity. And it has to do with people and with purpose.
Yeah.
So making difference. The justice is not for you, so it's for for people. It's for a sphere of influence. So you're impacting. Whatever you're gonna do is gonna produce fruit, and that fruit will make a difference in the lives of people. It could be in form of systems that you set up that will cause that fruit to continue.
So that particular statement, can we see it again? Where is it? That particular statement. Someone who wants to make a difference in his world, environment, and generation. You should also know that we are talking from the perspective of not just making a difference, but making a difference is also attached to heaven again, kingdom. Because the whole idea and concept of God is that heaven's reality will form the reality of earth. That anything we are seeing on the earth here now today is a reflection of what already obtains in heaven. For example, the reason why we have light, all this light, the concept of light, it didn't come from the earth though. The concept of light is because there is no darkness in heaven at all. Heaven is full of light all the time, 24 hours. So the fact that we could have light here is just a duplication of heaven's reality. So if we are talking about someone who wants to make a difference in the world, environment, and generation, so what is the difference I want to make? I want to find out something that is heaven's reality, that is not prevalent in my world, in my environment, that is not being reflected in my generation. For example, in my generation or in my environment, I see kids who can go to school, 10 million kids who can go to school. That is not heaven's reality. Heaven's reality is opportunity. Heaven's reality is satisfaction, joy, promotion. I know heaven's reality is love. Heaven's reality. So it's about not just making a difference. What difference? It's about making a difference in making heaven be reflected. And if I see all these women who are widows suffering and there are no tears in heaven, and the kingdom of God is joy, righteousness, and peace, these people are not experiencing any joy. I want to bring that reality of heaven that they are missing. The heaven that they are not experiencing. I want to create in them. The youth who are purposeless. They are looking for fun. They are jumping, they are dancing, they are getting naked. I know exactly what they want. Why are they going naked and dancing and doing like that? Because they don't have purpose, no purposeful thing to do, no direction. So I help them with direction. God is a God of purpose. He's the Alpha and Omega. He doesn't do anything without a purpose. He thinks out everything. So I help the youth to see their future. What do you want to see in the next? How do you see your life in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? Okay, let's map it out. What is your potential? Discover yourself. What do you have? Okay, let's put it down. This is where you are. This is where you can be. Let's begin to put things. It will dress up. You stop running about, jumping. When he sees perspective, when he sees future for himself, he gets a goal. He begins to move towards it. I give him purpose. He's stop all the rubbish he's doing. Because the reason he's doing all the rubbish because he doesn't have direction, no purpose, nothing to live for. He's trying to discover it. That's bringing heaven's reality, heaven's idea, heaven's nature, God's nature into the reality of those children. Why do I want to build a beautiful country where there is light? Because there is light in heaven. Where there is no dark, when people are having electricity, no dark. Why do I want to build a beautiful country where everybody has a good community, green community, road? Because heaven is being described to us as the most beautiful of places that the earth cannot even comprehend. I want to replicate that on earth so that everywhere you go, every country is full of beauty that reflects the beauty of where we're heading. So a personality is somebody who makes a difference, not just chaotically, just make some difference, just do something so that people will applaud you. Is bringing about the original, the prototype, the master plan, and reflecting that master plan is all about him. You see, you must realize that even the earth itself, the whole earth, the whole thing, the earth, was created as a miniature, as a duplication of heaven. A man created to be the manager, the Lord, the God. Just like God himself is the original. We are just like a copy. Just like the earth itself is a copy of heaven. We are a copy of the Father in heaven. So that we'll become fathers here. So that we'll rule and manage and put things in order and reflect his nature. And so the whole of the earth is a copy of something. So I need a mirror. I need vision into how the original looks, so that I'll be able to know what to put in order here to reflect the original. If I don't see the original picture, I will not know what to build here. That's how life is supposed to be lived on earth. Not just as try and error. Unfortunately, most countries today, they don't duplicate. Because they don't heaven. Because they don't know that that's the original. Some people think original is America. So they go to America and copy some systems. Now that America is doing gay and other things, what are the other things? Abortion and things. They are now confused. Then America is making them to copy. Since you copy our democracy, copy this one too. If you don't copy this one, we take what we have taken before, we take it back from you. Because they don't have original. They are not copying prototype. They are not copying the original. They are copying man-made. Even if it's a good one from the man-made, but you should also know that it doesn't emanate from them. It emanates from there. So for you to make a difference anywhere, always seek to, that's why we read the Bible, to understand how the original is, how the original Father is, how the original God is, how he lives, what does he want, what are his thoughts. That's why God created us all to be copycats. That's our nature. We want to copy something. Everybody. We want to learn. Why? Because that's who we are originally. We were created as a copy of something. That's what is called made in the image of something. That's a copy. So since we are created to be image, our whole functionality is about looking something and duplicating it. But unfortunately, we all look. Why does the Bible say bad company corrupts good man? Because even though you might be a good person initially, but you copy. That's just your nature. You reflect what you see. So why is it that every one of us, we are the way we are? Because our parents were like that. Or our community environment where we grew up. We reflect, we copy. Either you like it or you say, oh, I'm original, I don't copy anything. Okay. That's why you are speaking with the accent you are speaking with. Because you don't copy. Yeah. All of us are copycats. That's our nature. We are made to be like that. But it's all about what you are copying and who you are copying. But the ideal is to copy the original. Yeah. So to make a difference in our world, environment, and generation has to be informed, has to be informally done, has to be optimally done, not just chaotically done. Yes, please.
I want to swallow my words, but I won't swallow it. Permit me to use mental health concept
Yes, sir.
to explain it.
Okay.
That phraseology is talking about a change agent. About a change agent. If you see a client who's mentally very psychotic, very unwell, and he or she is naked, and yet very happy, talking to himself and dancing on the road and cares nothing. Like my brother saw when he went to Ghana. The client has no insight. He feels on top of the world, living a different world. But he saw him and he was crying in his heart because he has insight, but the client has no insight. For you to be at the change agent that God wants, then you understand. Your eyes have been opened to see. Have a look how the heaven looks like. You become disturbed, uncomfortable to rebirth the heaven on earth. So when you are still in sightless, you can't change. You only corrupt again and make them worse than you met them. So as a change agent, either positive or negative, we all change people one way or the other. Well, I was much younger than this, my elementary school. There was a man in my village. His name is Ezekiel. You may not remember me, but I remember him. He was popular for being a soccer player. But his leg was a bit bald like this. But God created my legs very, very straight. I thought because of the shape of the leg, I began to walk like that. And I was becoming distorted.
Because you wanted to become popular soccer
player. But I began to walk like he was walking. And that was not the way my leg was made. I don't know whether I understand what I'm saying. Today,
that's not the original.
That was not. Today, people copy geos. Somebody shout. God does not make your voice like that. Somebody copied somebody guy began to walk without shoe because they wanted to copy somebody. You make a hairstyle because you want to copy somebody. You don't know why that style is there like that. The original.
Beautiful. But actually, you are supposed to copy the original. Profound.
A man on a mission. Whenever you hear God is looking for a man, he is talking about men who have formed their personalities. Men who have made their choice. men who have burnt the bridge, men who have decided not to look back, men who have decided to leave their footprints on the sand of history, men who have chosen to forego comfort for the larger good of others, men whom others emulate, men who live an exemplary life.
Stop. I want to ask all of you a question. Men who have decided to leave their footprint on the sand of history. I want all of you to stand up one by one, and tell me, what do you think? Do you think you will still make it to leave your footprint on the sand of history? If yes, in what aspect of life? What area? One by one. From anywhere. Footprint on the sand of history.
I really do think it's still possible. Not.
It's still possible?
Yeah.
Too young.
Yeah, I'm young, but I'm talking in general because I believe that if you are alive,
You have all the time.
yeah, I have all the time, so I have no excuse. I have no excuse.
Come forward.
Yeah, I believe I have no excuse, but in general, as long as you are alive and you have breath in your lungs, you can still do something. So, you.
No, talk about you.
Oh, me?
Will you leave your footprint?
Definitely,
In
definitely.
What area?
I want to reach the youth in Holland, so I'm going to do everything to become a personality, to research my soul, and not just as you
Spirit.
just being busy with the spirit, but researching myself, knowing who I am, finding my passion, and do everything for it. So
To be able to leave a lasting impact on the youth of
Yeah.
Holland. Okay, good. That's good enough. So he knows that he wants to, and he's sure that he will leave his footprint in the lives of the young people. And that is, people is the greatest wealth, because, that means life is being transmitted. And that, because of people, we are people. That's why we remember all the people are history. That's the greatest history. Technology could come and pass, but people. So youth of your country, Holland. Any other person wants to? You can come forward if you are faster. So.
Like I have the possibility to still do something and leave a footprint before I leave on earth. Like my purpose has been to bring order in the society.
Beautiful.
So I've been working on it, but even as
You know what?
now,
Maybe I should do another HMT. I've been wanting to do this, and I spoke about this one time. I think the last HMT, but nobody could remind me what topic. But now that you mentioned this topic, I think I can do it. Like I'm doing this HMT on personality. I think I would like to do HMT just on order. Yes. Because order is one of the greatest wealth. There are 5 great wealth God has given to us, to humanity. One of this wealth is time. But one of this wealth that God has given to humanity is order. And order, almost people don't exploit it. They don't even know it's a wealth. And people don't even know how to make wealth out of order. And our order is one of the greatest blessings. There are 5 great blessings in the world that God has given to us. One of them is order. Order is as important as time. Order is as important as another wealth, which is work. Order is as important as yourself, which is another wealth God has given you. So the fact that I will hear a young man say he's calling his order, just hearing him, I feel like enlightening him, helping him. Can you imagine if I do a whole HMT, just on order? you imagine what will come out of that? Just like we are doing right now on personality. If you go to Africa or Nigeria or Lagos, you will know you will know the essence and the importance of order immediately. Let me give you another example. Do you know that this country here, the Nigerian GDP is 3 times higher than this country's GDP? Nigeria is much more wealthier than this country. But for lack of order, just one thing. Eh? You mean it?
Oh, yes.
For that one, you might not have anything, but if you have the ability to put things in order.
It will be in April.
I think we should do it in January. April. January. Yeah, let's do it in January because I don't know when I'm leaving here. I might leave here but before April. January is good. I don't have a topic for January already.
As a group, we're coming back.
We are coming back, okay. But the big thing is not even to just come back by ourselves, but to encourage other people. Yeah. So, by him saying that, do you know that somebody could be making $1 million a month and still not have any money left at the end of the month? The problem is order. Somebody could be making 100 times less than that and be well off than the guy who is making $1 billion. The question is order. There is a city in the world that is called the epitome of smart city. This future city is having 20 million people there in China. 20 million people. And it's being run. That whole city is being run and managed by 26 people.
He said how?
26 people. 20 million people in the city. In Kiev here, this is my city where I am, Kiev city. You know how many staff they have that is running the city? 100,000 people. And the population of Kiev is 4 million, and the staff, the state capital staff, is 100,000 people. And that one is 20 million people, 26 people. What's the difference? And if you go to Lagos, even if you put 1 million,
Somebody will eat it.
even if you put 2 million, you will still have go slow. So that word. But my problem is I don't hear anybody talk about it. It's something everybody must know something about. Louder, louder.
Helping the real to make sure that things are in order.
Beautiful.
Like in my house, they know about like I always sweep clean like that. So if I find myself in any environment, most of the things they know me with is order.
Wow.
either football or other. And I discovered that one of the way for me to implement this is to make sure I study managerial aspect of
Life, yeah.
management in my course to be able to work and bring the glory of God in my environment.
Beautiful. So, okay, let me tell you, since you are talking about that managerial something, let me tell you another thing about it, about order. God, in Genesis, didn't really do much of creation. He didn't do much of creation. He just set order in place. The only creation he did, let there be light. After that, separated the light from dark. Oh. Yes, after that, the only thing he did, he just separated the light from darkness, the day from the other day, then the firmament from the water, from the water, from the huh? Just set things in order. So talk about order, eh? Ooh, bad news. That's why I say we need to do a whole HMT. Amen. Yeah. So this guy, I want to empower you. And I hope you'll be able to be there for that HMT. Because the thing I'm going to be talking about is, and the way I will approach it, they will not teach you university.
People talk a lot, but there is no practical aspect of it. So like for me, I don't really talk much, but I try to do more so that you will see what I'm doing. And if you're interested to grow, you learn. That's one of the things I've been doing. Like in my environment now where I stay in the hostel, I arrived not quite long, and I discovered that like we are all youths, like from Africa, and the noise has been too much. So when I came, my room was like a disco hall, whereby every night that's how I've been playing music. So when I came, I said, please, I think I have to have my private time. So they decided to leave this. But one of the ways I planned that I have to be studying every time, so you know that I'm doing something, will not be disturbing me. So as I'm doing that, the noise has been reducing. And I have the passion to also discuss with one after the other to make sure that they live a life of order. Thank you.
We need to form a whole university. Order. For to fix Nigeria, for example, that is
what I would like to do is, and it's very sad hearing all the stories that's coming out of all these churches, where you see people coming in and they just stay there, and just like we said, some women are ushers, choir, and when God has put so much on the inside of us,
my God,
so much potential, so much gifting, so much, and pastors have just killed it through wrong teachings. So I have a desire to reverse that.
Amen.
I have a desire to reverse that and release people into their destiny. That's not about to set the church free. Because I believe it shouldn't just be like we're hearing it here. We should be hearing it everywhere. It should be on the television. It should be on the radio.
Yes.
And I believe that if that becomes the norm, there will indeed be a great change.
Beautiful,
yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, personally, I like what you said. That's my passion as well. To bring the kingdom message, kingdom lifestyle to the church, so that people, in a way that will affect the value system of the people, so that they can know that it's not only going to church that is the issue. It's seeing church as a training ground to come and discover themselves, discover their purpose, and to go out and fulfill it. That is my passion. Number two is to bring the heaven's idea concerning music to the music industry in my country.
Beautiful.
Those are two areas I'm very passionate about.
For me, the past 2 days have been, yesterday and today, have been very challenging. In the sense that I read the book, Stop Working for Uncle Sam. But when I first read it, I don't think I really got it until the practical aspects of it started to come out. And that's when I realized that Uncle Sam can stop you from seeing your calling. You know, because he doesn't want you to see it. And I mean, I've known what I'm passionate about for a very long time. But it's like I stepped into Uncle Sam's system and everything got put on hold. And when you started to talk about the example of somebody who, what they did to come out of the system,
Yeah.
for me it was like you were setting me free to be able to now find a way to come out of the system so that I can fulfill what God put in my heart. In terms of the area, I see a lot of areas, but one area that I am passionate about is seeing people develop. You talked about what's happening in the church. When I see people in bondage, when I see people not being able to fulfill their potential, it hurts me. But I discovered that I need to be set free myself before I can set anybody free. And so for me, this HMT has been incredible. But like our brother said, you know, you have to leave some things behind before you can take on board things. And that's what's happening to me the past 2 days.
Breaking stage. Yeah, thank you.